Plaintiff Jamie Snow insists she and the defendant's husband had a sexual relationship before he married the defendant. Jamie is suing her former lover's wife because she claims she attacked Jamie at a hospital and pulled a chunk of hair out of her head, and she has the pictures to prove it. Defendant Christine Ogden says Jamie is obsessed with her husband and is angry that he rejected her sexual advances. Christine claims she and her husband have called the police on Jamie numerous times, yet she continues to text and call him. Christine is countersuing for emotional distress.
Start with you.
Judge, we are here today because she attacked me. She never liked me. I tried. I am the aunt to her stepkids. I took care of them for 5.5 years while they're growing up, and she resented me, and I did stuff with them. They got along with me great. They loved me, and on April 30th, she attacked me.
Okay.
And
we'll get into that. We'll get into that thoroughly. Let me allow her to give some background.
I met Jamie in 2006 through my husband, Robert Ogden, and she was the care provider for Bradley and Toria. And the only reason I don't like her is because she is obsessed with my husband. She, numerous times, I mean, we've had to call the cops on her. She's asked him to have sexual relationships with her. She has texted him several times. The cops have been called. The cops have told her to leave us alone numerous times. She was always
He must be a pretty hot guy. All right. What about the police, you say?
We called the police. They told her to leave us alone, stop coming over, stop harassing us.
Caring for your children.
No, we told her to stop.
She has no kids.
When did she stop?
In 2007, she stopped.
No.
She did not care for them for 5 years.
All right. And when you all had her stop, what happened? She began stalking?
Well, she was already obsessed with him, but when we stopped the whole babysitting,
Two-way street.
She became more
There you
obsessed
go.
with
You
him.
say two-way street. I'm not
Takes
crazy.
two to tango. He would text me. He would call me. I'm supposed to call him back. We meet places. Hello.
Yeah, nobody's crazy here. You might be the only one crazy.
Got that right.
They interacted. Now, suddenly, she becomes a stalker.
No, we were on our way to Pennsylvania one day. She just kept calling and texting. We had to change our number several times, the house phone number, because she would always call.
You don't know that he called me unavailable and private.
She would also call unavailable. We even sold our house and moved out of town.
Or called me from another person's cell phone.
Because she was just always doing it.
I got over it. He did.
right.
He drives by our house.
He talked to me recently. You don't even know about that either, I suppose.
Do you
He
know
came
that?
to the basketball. That basketball.
I'm always with him at every basketball.
Tell her something
I'm
she
always
wouldn't
with him.
know.
He gave me your cell phone. He gave me his cell phone number at basketball when I was. I'm a track coach, basketball coach for Special Olympics.
Did you know that?
I'm always with him.
And he told me to call him between 5:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m., but not after.
The clients I take care of are in Special Olympics with my stepson Bradley, so I'm always there. We stopped having her babysit in 2006 because of the way she was. And
when did she start obsessing over your husband? How many months after she began did she become obsessed?
a year.
Okay, so it took her a year to start liking him?
No.
Or did it take a year before he tried to break away?
No, it took a
And
year.
she said, oh no, it's not going to be that easy. Come on up, sir. Defend yourself. State your name.
My name is Robert Ogden, sir.
What do you want to tell me?
She did watch the kids for about 1.5 years. And when me and my wife got together, we told her that she wasn't needed to watch the children anymore. And that's when we noticed that there was an issue going on. She'd constantly text or call me. I've changed my number 2 or 3 times. She obviously...
Why do you think she do all that?
She wanted to be with me. She told me that right out. She told me that she wanted a relationship.
And you got with her how long after she had been caring for your children?
About a year.
A year. All right. So that entire year, she never hit on you. Never made an advance.
Not that I paid attention to.
Okay. And it came to your attention immediately after you got with your wife?
Yes.
Based on what?
The comments she started making.
Like what?
told me that me and her could be together, we could be happy, asked me if I wanted to have sex.
What did you say?
No.
All right. Ma'am, is that true?
Didn't have to ask, he came to me.
At what point during your association?
I took care of the kids for a while, and he made advances to me. And July 2002, 4th of July, we got together, and we kept on going out, or me coming over, taking care of the kids for about, when his daughter was 2 years old.
When did you first start?
2002. 2002. Because I had neck surgery in 2003.
Is this true?
No, she was not being a child care provider.
Yes.
Where do you
My
know her
sister
from?
did
Where
it.
do you know her from?
She's married to my ex-brother-in-law. My sister.
That's okay. That's okay, Your Honor. My husband already knows about this.
My sister watched my children. Their aunt.
When she wouldn't show up, he called me.
She actually lived with
Why
me.
do you think the woman suddenly started stalking you? She's known you nearly a decade, and then suddenly, out of the blue, she started stalking you.
I do not know. She told me nobody wanted her. Told me her husband was divorcing and
Bob
nobody
did.
wanted her,
I was
and
so
she
nice
couldn't go
about
anywhere.
that.
She had nowhere to go.
He's not the only one she stalked. There's 2 other men that she still stalks to this day.
Well, they tried to run off
enlighten
on
me, please.
They tried to run off on her too. She don't play that. They should
I
know
don't.
that. Yeah,
No,
no, this
sir.
ain't no. Yeah, so this ain't no drive by. You
No,
drive
I
by
don't
here.
do that.
You drive by here, you're gonna put it in park. That's right. And if you try to pull off, I'm gonna take the plates. How does she owe you about medical bills and pain and suffering? Tell me about the assault. What happened?
On April 30th, 2010, I was invited by my sister-in-law, Tina, to be there for my nephew, and I walked into his room after he had surgery, and I was asked to leave, so I left.
Who
And I
asked you to leave?
Peanut Gallery, his wicked stepmommy. Anyways,
The defendant. Watch the name calling. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So I was asked to leave, so I walked out to the waiting room and sat down by my mother-in-law, and then she had walked out also with a little blonde boy walking behind her, and he smiled at me, so I smiled back at him, and she turned and says, "Don't even look at him, or you look like my sister-in-law." And I was like, "So you look like her?" And boy, 2 seconds later, she was like on me, flies on rice. She grabbed my hair, and she pulled me down the ground, and I got knocked out, and she wouldn't let go of my hair. I kept on saying, let go, please let go of my hair. I was like, and she kept on clawing and scratching me. Mm-hmm. I have pictures of this stuff, to Your Honor.
Let's see. Ma'am, let me hear your side.
She was asked not to come by my stepson's mother, which I have it right here.
Hold on. Wow. Why didn't you all want her to come by, or you?
Several people asked her not to come because she
she's stalking
causes
you?
drama.
Okay.
Well, and not just that, because she causes drama. The kids don't like her, which I have a statement also on that. I have pictures of my marks. She was not knocked unconscious.
Tell me how it occurred. Tell me the
were in the
chronology.
We got there at 6 in the morning. He
She
checked
was
in
there
for
at 6?
surgery.
Yes.
We were walking up, and she walked between the 2 of us and bumped shoulders with me. We walked up.
That's a lie.
We sat in there. We walked up the stairs. We checked Bradley in. He went in the room to get ready for surgery. We were in there with him. And then afterwards, he came out of surgery. We could go see him. So me and Bob went in there, and then Tina also went in there. Which is Bradley's mother, Tina's parents came in. And then his sister tried coming in, and she would not let her in. She was crying in the hallway, so her grandpa talked to Jamie, said, "You need to leave. You're being a thorn in everybody. You're becoming a thorn in everybody's body. Enough is enough. You need to go." So she started going out to the waiting room. I was carrying my stepson in my arms, and we were walking out. And when we were walking out, she cursed at me, and she called me a fat. She called me a fat she cursed again. And I turned around and I asked her what she said, and she got up and she went to hit me, but I blocked her because my son was in my arms. Toria, which is my stepdaughter, she ripped Austin out of my arms and she grabbed me by my hair and we went to the floor. She was never knocked unconscious. Otherwise, the nurses pulled her off of me. She was never knocked unconscious because of all the marks I had. And then when the cops came, she admitted to the cops that she was not supposed to be there, that she was supposed to leave, that she refused to leave, which is also in a report. The
You
cops
have your
came.
police report?
Yes, I do.
Ma'am, you were asked to leave?
I did leave when I was asked to leave the room. And I went to the waiting room by my mother-in-law. And the things that she said is wrong.
The police say that they talked to an independent witness who appeared to be the most reliable and believable person there. And that independent witness said that you attacked her.
He was not there. He was actually down in the cafeteria. He talked to the cop after the cop was in the car writing the ticket.
He told the police he saw it.
Yeah, but he was not there. Him and Dennis.
Did you tell the police that he wasn't there?
Yes, I did.
Police didn't believe you?
They didn't talk to me.
Didn't believe you?
They said it was time. No, they did not believe me.
All right.
They said it
I
was
was just
time
trying
to
to
go.
see. You said they didn't believe you. I just wanted to know if you were going to agree.
But on the first page.
However, the question is whether it was mutual combat, ma'am. You shouldn't have went up there. These folks didn't want you there. They told you not to come. I don't care what this man did to you or the other man.
Your Honor?
You know, I know what's happening here. You've been twisted around a little bit, and you're not the type that takes that. That's clear. And you got a little emotional investment going here, and you just wasn't having it. I understand that. You went down there to show you behind, but they told you not to. They told you not to come, and you went down there, and you all got the slugging. $5,000 for emotional distress. How does she owe you?
Because of all the harassment and the stalking and.
You better stick with what happened at the hospital.
Well,
I'm not going for that.
After I could not go to work.
You didn't have a job. You didn't have a job.
You say she That's quiet. She said you didn't have a job, ma'am.
I've always had a job.
All right.
And I have a job now. I've always had a job. I was off of work a week due to back injuries. Yes, they were previous, but when she had me on the ground, they just got worse. She ripped my nail off and my nose ring out.
The good news is I believe you, and I believe you are due some emotional distress based on all of this. She was asked to leave, and instead she stayed there, and then fight ensued. And ma'am, you are entitled to, I believe, the pain and suffering you endured. The $5,000 that you're asking for, I'm going to grant that as well. You both get your wishes today. How's that?
Thank you.
That acceptable? You all right with that?
Thank you.
All right. $5,000 for you and $5,000 for you. Have a good day.
Still good at lying, Bob, huh? Get the facts?
You know
She
what?
opened the door. I wasn't going to go there, but she opened the
I told you
door.
straight out, I didn't want a relationship with you. I'd rather be gay than be with you.
I'm only the fourth victim that you beat the crap out of.
The fourth victim? You
Yeah, there's
proved
Cheryl,
that.
there's Kenny, there's Ashley. I'm the
And
fourth
where is
person.
the police reports on this? Because I don't have a
Where's the-
record
where's the
except for
police
you.
The
report?
disorderly conduct one you just decide to pay because you're guilty?
Where's the
No,
police
there's
report?
no police reports to any of that stuff.
Where
That
are
is
they?
so untrue.